Hello, hello, hello. It's your girl, Tiara Nicole Riley, and I am your career coach, okay? And today I want to talk about your resume. This is where, if you are looking for your dream job, it starts with your resume. I've been in the HR field for about 17 years now, and in that time, I have probably looked at thousands upon thousands upon thousands of resumes. The average HR professional spends about 30 seconds looking at resumes. And that's if it touched a human's eyeballs, okay? Because nowadays, a lot of companies are using ATS systems, which are applicant tracking systems. And these systems basically compare, it's AI, obviously, but it compares your resume to the job description and filters out people that the computer believes doesn't fit. Now, unfortunately, a lot of really qualified candidates are getting lost in the ATS system because they don't have certain words or it's not laid out correctly or in a way that the ATS system can read it, right? So the first tip and trick that I have for you is one, to have your resume professionally reviewed and updated. If you have not had that done or it hasn't been done in a while, definitely hit me up. Able to, outside of just career coaching, I'm able to update your resume and have a more thorough conversation with you about that. However, if you're working with me as your career coach, that is a part of the basic package because it is so essential. You have to have a resume that is set up for success. You want your resume to be able to pass the ATS tracker and the 30-second window that the human is giving you to give them the reason to look further, right? So when you are doing your resume, like as an HR professional, when I'm looking at a resume, I already know what the manager for this role is looking for. I already know what they want. So when I'm looking at a resume, what you want to do is give me a reason to look further. Your resume should intrigue me to want to have the phone interview with you. On paper, I should see clearly outlined reasons that I want to know more about you. And I'm not going to learn it on the resume. I'm going to learn it in the phone interview. But your resume is how you get invited to the phone interview. So if it's not passing the ATS and it's not intriguing me to want to speak to you within 30 seconds of looking at it, we got a problem. So over this video, I'm going to talk to you about, I can't get into both in one video. That it just would be too long, right? So in this video, we're gonna focus on getting the human intrigued and wanting to speak with you. Okay? So with that being said, I'm gonna focus all of my information there. Couple of things that immediately turn me off from a resume. One, when your resume kind of looks all over the place. So one tip that I have for that is when you're doing your resume in Word, you always want to save a copy in a PDF. Sometimes when you upload a Word document, the formatting gets all wonky and it makes it difficult to read. I don't want to work that hard to read your resume, and you don't want me to work that hard to read your resume. If I have to dig and dig and dig to find out why you're the right person, I'm not. Particularly when, for context, I opened a position and got 1,700 applicants within a 7-day window. I don't have to spend that much time looking at your resume. I just don't. There's 1,699 others that I can look at. Do you see what I'm saying? And that's as somebody who when I had that position, I literally paused it when I realized we were getting that heavy or that hectic. Literally paused it and was like, whoa, let me get a chance to like get caught up. And because I care, made a genuine effort to try to get through every single application so that I can at least give them the decency of a human having read their resume, right? You're not going to get that everywhere. You're just not, particularly if you're applying for these bigger companies. You're just not. They're probably using ATS. But one, you want to make sure that the formatting is clear. The only people who should have these colorful, vibrant, creative resumes are people that work in creative industries. Otherwise, it should be straightforward. Picture is optional. I mean, they're going to look at your LinkedIn anyway. Your LinkedIn link should be in the resume. Your email should be in the resume. Your phone number should be in the resume. Your address should not be in the resume. Should not. Your date of birth should not be in the resume. Your social security number. I don't know if I need to say it, but it should not be on the resume. Okay? Cut it out. Cut it out. But I should be able to see your email address, your phone number, and your LinkedIn page right there. Another thing is I want your resume to be laid out in a way that tells me a story. It should be well thought out. It should look like an intentional document, right? The information on there should be relevant, okay? If you are applying for a position as an engineer, I don't care that you worked at Chick-fil-A. It has nothing to do with you being an engineer. I don't care, right? Like your experience on your resume should be relevant, and every job title should pay its way up to the title that you're looking for, right? I should be able to see a clear train of thought in your education, in your experience. It should literally paint a picture. And I want you to start with the most recent and work your way down, not the reverse. I don't know. It's confusing. It's harder to read. Again, your goal is to make it as simple as possible. Also, I want you to use bullet points, not paragraphs. When you are describing what you accomplished in that role, I need bullet points. Make it easy to read. Your most recent or your current role should be in present tense, and your previous role should be in past tense. And please, 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 if you hear nothing else in this video, I want you to ensure that the bullet points underneath each job are quantifiable data that you have impacted. What do I mean by that? If you say, I managed employees and was responsible for driving business or driving revenue. How many employees? Quantify it, okay? How much revenue? And what did you do to drive it? Okay? Like, get specific. Put your resume is your highlight reel. You want your resume to scream, this is the person you need to be talking to. Period. Period. Period, poo. Love it. So and also make sure the job titles are aligned with what makes sense, right? Again, don't make me work too hard. And if you are going after multiple roles, I need you to have different resumes for different things. If the job titles you're going after are so different, your resume needs to be tailored to what it is you're aiming to go after. Okay? So, those are my tips and tricks for getting a human to reach out to you and make a phone call. In the next video, we'll talk about like how to update your resume in ways that are beneficial for the ATS system. Ideally, you want to do both, right? You want to do both, but because you never know, you don't want to have to create a new resume for every job you apply for. That's exhausting. That's not what we're doing here. So any questions about resumes, definitely drop them in the link. And if you want your resume professionally reviewed by me, drop your questions in the comments and hit the link in my bio so we can get you scheduled for a resume review. Or if you know you need the full package, definitely reach out for a consultation on on the link in my bio so we can discuss your coaching package. Thanks, guys. Talk to you soon.